Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing fantastically well. It is Connor here, and we are back, of course, with the Rumour Mill every single day with the consistent rumours. As I say, I hope you're doing fantastically well. I hope you get your coffee, your tea, your wine, your beer, wherever you are on this beautiful place that we call planet Earth. And make sure, guys, before you start the video, before you start watching, you wouldn't mind giving me a like. That would be absolutely great. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, and we are back. Now, listen. Some interesting news this morning coming out of Leeds, so stick round till the end. We've potentially got two signings which are on the way, two really decent signings for our setup on the way. So the first bit of news is that Leeds United, we're doing a little bit of things on Leeds United Live yesterday, the publication that I work for, and essentially we're just having a little bit of a discussion, our two writers, Joe Donoghue and Berrin Cross, and we just wanted to have a little bit of a discussion about Raphinha. Are Leeds going to sell Raphinha? The big answer is no. It is not happening. Leeds have no intention of signing Raphinha. That is a fact. Leeds have no intention of doing so. He's only been at the club for a year. Leeds United have acquired an asset who, if they were to sell on in 2 or 3 years, could be worth double, could be worth triple. The blueprint right there is Ben White at Brighton. You look at what Ben White is now worth, you know, Arsenal looking at putting 45 million quid in, Brighton rejecting that. How far up is that going to go? Could that potentially go to 60 million if Ben White has a good performance, let's say in the Euros? That is what you're looking at this moment in time. And Leeds United would be ridiculous to be able to even think about selling Raphinha right now. The Anfield Watch has come out, a really good Liverpool publication, and said that it's very, very hard to see Liverpool acquiring Raphinha at this moment in time. And this is because they are even saying that they don't expect Leeds United to sell the Brazilian youngster. So this has all changed. The narrative has changed. You know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was all of the Liverpool publications, it was all of the Leeds publications saying, well, could it happen? Would it happen? Is it something that if Liverpool came in, slapped 60 million quid down, Leeds would accept? For me, even if Liverpool came down and slapped 50 million down, maybe I'm deluded, but I think Leeds would hold out. I think Leeds United would hold out. They know his value, they know the asset they've got, and they know what he could be in 2 or 3 years' time. Listen, if we keep hold of Raphinha, when we keep hold of Raphinha, if we can build players around Raphinha, you know, Raphinha is the star in this team. If we build players around him, we saw at the latter part of last season how influential, how impactful he was. Giving him a full season, a full breadth of Leeds United football with world-class talent around him, we could see an unbelievable season in terms of numbers from the Brazilian whiz kid. So it's great to see that Liverpool publications are also seeing that it's not going to happen. And as I said, here on Leeds Live, you know, the publication, as I said, that I work for, we know that Leeds have obviously no intention of selling the Brazilian, which is great to see. And I've just noted down there Ben White, just because the example there for Brighton is absolutely perfect. Okay, so Leeds open talks with HJELDE, the Norwegian, who we were speaking about last week on the Rumour Mill. That's a little bit of news. That's the exciting thing. You know, Hughes is manager at Ross County. Basically, he's at Celtic, okay? He's out of contract at Celtic, but he was on loan at Ross County last year. He's only 17 years of age, and I said this on the Rumour Mill last week. Hughes' manager came out and said that he's going to be the next Virgil van Dijk, and he will be playing in the Premier League extremely soon. Now, if Leeds United can get this deal done, there are several teams after him, and once again, as we're going to talk about with a transfer later on in the Rumour Mill, which is going to happen, this is a very, very exciting talent that is going to be coming to Leeds United if we're going to be able to get this one done. Leeds have been looking at him now for a couple of years. You know, he's only 17. So Leeds have been looking at him since he was 15. And it sort of smells of Ben White. Once again, this is a Ben White rumour mill because Leeds were looking at Ben White when he was at Newport. You know, obviously Leeds United played Newport down there, and yeah, Leeds United were looking at him from that point. Obviously, then he then went to Peterborough, and then he obviously came to Leeds United. But our scouting system is that developed that we're looking at kids that young to be able to bring into this Leeds United setup, and it's just so interesting that you feel that if you're scouting a player, you immediately move for that player, don't you? That's sometimes the rhetoric, sometimes the narrative, but that's not the case. You wait for your clubs to make the moves. leaves, you look at the contracts, are they nearly expiring? Is his value going to decrease at some point for whatever reason? And this is the exact same thing that's happened with Leo HJELDE here. He's 17 and he's running out of he's out of contract at Celtic at the end of the season. It looks like Leeds United are looking towards finalising a deal for that. Leeds are in talks with Leo HJELDE right now. I can confirm that. So that's great news to hear. And then moving on to one youngster to another youngster, Amari Miller. Leeds United are looking to finalise a deal. Now, a lot of people are talking about this being, it's only a youngster, who cares? Amari Miller is an absolute top-rated youngster once again. And this is the thing, Leeds moving from PL2 to PL1, those investments have to come, because PL1, you're looking at your Chelseas, your Manchester United, your Manchester Cities. Leeds United have to be looking at the top bracket of youngsters to be able to compete in that division. The exact same as went from the Championship to the Premier League. It's probably the same jump in terms of relative jump. So that's good to see, but it's looking that this deal is going to cost Leeds altogether 1.5 million. So it's an expensive deal for a youngster, a versatile forward, someone who can play across the front line, someone who Marcelo Bielsa is going to get his claws into and make into some sort of versatile sort of hybrid midfielder, forward, winger, probably. So, yeah, absolutely great to see Leo HJELDE and Amari Miller. Could they be done by the end of the week? And this is going to be one of those things that we've seen throughout this sort of transfer window so far. In terms of, well, obviously they've not been able to sign anyone for a while, but in terms of just the blueprint for this transfer window, it is for Leeds United to bolster that under-23s squad, that under-23s group. Now, moving on to another youngster, but for the first team, we've heard recently from the Liverpool Echo that NECO Williams is looking to leave Liverpool because he knows he's not going to be getting any football. He knows he's not going to be playing for Liverpool for the near future. You know, you look at Andy Robertson. Robertson's going to be there for the next however many years, could be the next flipping 10 years, knowing the engines on some footballers now. You know, you look at Pepe, you look at Bonucci, you look at Chiellini, you look at Ronaldo, all these top players who take care of themselves, James Milner, all these top players who take care of themselves are now staying and playing until the 36 to 40. And I think that's going to be a serious thing that we're going to see for years and years to come now. I feel Andy Robertson is going to follow that same trajectory, so NECO Williams isn't going to get a look in. Now, apparently Liverpool have set an asking price for NECO Williams of 10 million, and Leeds United have been linked this morning to NECO Williams, which is really exciting news. NECO Williams is a really good player. I like him. I think he's a decent player. Yeah, and when he's been playing for this Welsh setup, it looks like a real battler. Once again, with NECO Williams, you guys are probably thinking, how's he motoring on without having a drink? The thing with NECO Williams is he that next bracket of player? Is he different to Leif Davis? You know, is he different to Niall Huggins? I'm not 100% sure. NECO Williams, I don't know if it makes that much sense, because when you're looking at somebody we were talking about yesterday, is in Robin Gersons, who is the German left-back now for Atalanta, who could cost the best part of 30 million. That is a world-class left-back. That is someone who would be such a beneficiary in this system. NECO Williams could be a beneficiary in this system, a young lad who Bielsa could get his hands onto, get his claws into, as I've just mentioned with Amari Miller. But why? You know, why would you do that when we've got two youngsters ready to make the jump up to the first team? I think if we're getting a left back, you've got to go out there, you've got to get a world-class left back. And is NECO Williams going to be any better than Alioski in that position as well? Alioski's already indoctrinated in the system. Alioski's been in the Premier League with Leeds United for a year now. And is NECO Williams going to come in as a first-choice left back if Leeds are linked and be able to shore up that left-hand side completely? Not for me. I don't think so. And touching on Alioski as well, his agent, Dino Lamberti, has ended the interest from CSK Moscow. He has said today that CSK Moscow haven't come in with the deal, they haven't come in with an offer, and he is still waiting for whatever's going to happen. You know, it was a bit of a vague comment by his agent at the end. But yeah, apparently the CSKA rumour, which was spoken about yesterday by myself, 40 grand on the table, which was there by, I think it was Fanatic, a publication in Russia, maybe Sport Witness. That is not true. Alioski is not going to CSKA Moscow as of yet. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. England are playing today against Czech Republic, so our boy is going to be playing. I'm praying that he has a good game. I'm praying England have a good game. Obviously, we know that Mason Mount's not going to be playing. We know Chilwell's not going to be playing. A chance for Jack Grealish, hopefully. A chance for a bit of ingenuity and creativity in there. So let's hope that we can get the win. For all you Scotland fans out there who I know watch the channel, good luck with your game against Croatia. That'll be a good game. It's such a shame that both games are on at the same time. It'd be great to watch them separately. Guys, thank you so much. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the other side. Cheers.